So apparently the wokes of the world has been on a witch hunt again to cancel yet another person or another band. And so the talentless Gen Zs decided to cancel Metallica because once again they're bored and most likely unemployed.
According to the live entertainment analysts at Polestar, Metallica is the largest touring metal band of the last 40 years. In fact, only 5 other artists have sold more tickets than Metallica have over that time period. And of course, Metallica is reaching a new generation of fans thanks to their inclusion in Stranger Things. And with that newfound attention from Stranger Things, it is worth pointing out Metallica was already a historic, record-breaking, and globally dominant band, whether or not they were featured on Stranger Things at all. Stranger Things is big in the US and maybe a few other countries, but Metallica is just on another level. They're globally dominant. Stranger Things did not bring them back. They never went anywhere. They've always been huge, but it probably did introduce them to a lot of younger fans, which is great. If the Kardashians and Kanye and other celebrities wearing Metallica merch didn't do that for them already. But now some on TikTok are going back decades and they are attempting to cancel Metallica. This clip alone got hundreds of thousands of views and 35,000 likes on TikTok. Here they are pointing out why they feel Metallica is problematic.
First, there's this picture of Hetfield and Ulrich doing a Nazi salute. Hetfield plays on this guitar that contains iron crosses. Then there's also the fact that he hung out with Carrie King, this Aryan Brotherhood looking motherfucker right here.
There are more clips like this out on TikTok, and people on Twitter are reacting to this effort to cancel Metallica on Twitter. One user wrote, Metallica defending new fans, and then those exact people canceling them 2 weeks later is so incredibly funny to me. This user wrote, Metallica is a horrible band that should be canceled. That being said, you should give your tickets to me. This user wrote, Metallica fans proving they're racist, LMAO. This person wrote, the fact that Metallica welcomed and defended all the new fans that came from the Stranger Things fandom, and they've gone and thrown it back in their faces. This fan wrote, apparently woke TikTok is trying to cancel Metallica now. Man, cancel culture is getting more and more ridiculous. I think y'all should stick to your sped up mainstream songs, LMFAO. Metallica can't be canceled, and we ought to bring back gatekeeping because what the fuck is this bullshit? Now, nearly every example cited here is from more than 30 years ago. James Hetfield, obviously during that time, has a well-documented history with alcohol and addiction issues, mental health issues. Fortunately, he's in recovery now. Also, none of these posts seem to point out that Metallica has gone on to become one of the most charitable bands on the planet. Their organization, All Within My Hands, donates millions and millions of dollars to local food banks. Just last week, they made a $50,000 contribution to communities in Kentucky that were unfortunately severely impacted by flooding. So Metallica is reaching a new generation of fans thanks to Stranger Things and Netflix and their outstanding season. If you haven't seen this yet, you definitely should check it out. It's always cool to see heavy metal put out there in the mainstream. And when you reach more people are naturally going to be mad at you. So let us know in the comments down below, are you on a Metallica kick right now from Stranger Things, or even did you find out about Metallica somehow from watching Stranger Things? Let us know in the comments.
That's your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to click the subscribe.
That's it, guys. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm a raging Metallica fan. I know who Metallica is. I know that they are a legendary band, one of those bands that have just gone down in history and is going to just exist for until way after they leave this earth, and generations are going to know who Metallica is or just kind of casually wear Metallica t-shirts. But I like their songs and I respect them as a band and what they mean to the music industry and the history of music and rock music. I love rock and roll, and I'm getting into heavy metal, you know what I mean? We do talk about cancel culture and the stupidity of cancel culture on this channel. And we do react to music now and again, so I thought this would still be relevant for us to discuss. The Stranger Things scene was my favorite scene in Stranger Things, when he was on top of the trailer and he was riffing on that guitar with the upside down world red light and the demon bats swooping down. I thought it was the most iconic scene of Stranger Things, going to go down in history of the best scene in Stranger Things of all of the seasons. Too bad they killed him off, spoiler alert. And so I guess you know, that scene introduced Metallica to a younger generation. Of course, every younger generation always thinks society didn't exist until they were born, or nothing worth liking existed until they were born or birthed. And it's people trying to cancel people for doing things over decades ago isn't nothing new. The strangest thing with the far left and the progressive wokes is they always talk about redemption and rehabilitation when it comes to like PEDOs and Rs and people who assault and mug and commit violent crimes in prison. But when it comes to people just making dumb decisions and mistakes when they're young, for some reason they should be completely thrown off the face of the earth for those mistakes and never forgiven, and they can never change. If you did something 30 years ago, you're still that person, right? I understand because a lot of these Gen Zs have such a small time on this planet and they've been adults for such a short period of time. They don't realize the evolution of growth as you do as you go on and get older and develop and progress through your life. And so they truly believe you did something decades ago, you're still that human being, and that's not always the case. Of course, again, the far left and the far right lacks nuance. They're very binary in their thinking. So if you did this thing, that means you are a terrible person, instead of, again, being nuanced. And good people can also do stupid things sometimes. And I think talking about the charitable work that Metallica has done has proven that they have progressed and they're not just this sort of one thing that, yes, they did a stupid thing, but they're good people, or core can be people who do good things. I just think Gen Z is jealous that they will never have in their lifetime, and millennials, we have not been born in the generations that are going to have iconic artists. A lot of artists that were birthed during our generation, maybe besides like a Beyonce or a Nicki Minaj or something like that, a lot of the music they're bubblegum pop-up manufactured artists that is going to be forgotten in a few years or the next generation. I feel like from the 60s all the way up into the 80s and some of the 90s, that is when the iconic music was. That is when music was making history, and I think everything after that is just mimicking and copying and just never going to go down in history like some of the artists like a Metallica have. Anyway, that's it, guys. Do you think that Metallica deserves to be canceled, or do you think this is once again just a stupid act of the youth just being bored and have nothing to do with their lives? And do you think that Metallica can even be canceled? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and sometimes in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support the channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below, and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter, other ways to support me, other ways to contact me for business, is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comments section, hit the link. Go subscribe to my travel vlog channel and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually with most of the date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.